everyone, we're just figuring out how to get this started. Hi everyone, so my name is Laura Shemich and I am going to be talking to you today about the new CERB benefit and options for how you can help yourselves during this COVID-19 crisis and the financial impact that it's having on a lot of folks in our community. I am an articling student at Toronto Law Professional Corporation, which is a immigration and refugee law firm in Ottawa, Ontario, and I will be called to the Ontario Bar as a lawyer in June. I was asked previously by the group that I have been working with for a long time, Capital Rainbow Refuge, back in March when this all went down, to look into the options for emergency funding for people during the crisis. So while I'm not an employment lawyer, I will try my best to answer some of your questions and provide information on this. And you can definitely put your questions in the comment section, and I will try to address them at the end. I am really glad that MAX Ottawa has asked me to come and speak to you today, and I hope that this session is helpful for a lot of you. I have prepared a document that will reiterate and summarize all the things that we're going to talk about today. It has hyperlinks that will lead you to the websites that are going to be able to help you get the funding that you are trying to access. So it'll all be put on the MAX Ottawa website. I've also been asked to direct your attention to a helpful resource that MAX Ottawa has set up for you, which is on their website. I have put the link in the comments section, so you can look at that after the presentation. And I have also included a link to a Canadian government website that has some common questions and answers regarding this topic. So if after this presentation you want to look deeper into this and see some common questions and answers, it's a really helpful resource. So right now both those links are in the comment section and you can access them there. So thanks everyone for joining. We'll get started in a couple minutes. And I will be I see, hi Eli, I see your comments and I will talk about them. Just to outline what I'm going to be talking about today, I'm going to be talking about the Canada Emergency Response Benefit, CERB. And I'm also going to be talking about regular employment insurance. So that's sickness benefits and regular benefits. So I know that, especially given all of the confusion and stress that's happening right now, it can be a little bit hard to navigate these things. So we're going to just go through them step by step. Okay. So I want to first talk about the three potential scenarios that you might be faced with right now. So in order to access EAI and CERB during COVID-19, there are three options. So the first scenario one is accessing CERB. So if you have stopped working because of COVID-19 You are likely eligible to get the new Canada Emergency Response Benefit CERB. Even if you are eligible for EI, you can apply for CERB instead of EI. This is a taxable benefit, and it will provide $2,000 a month for up to 4 months, which is equivalent to $500 a week for up to 16 weeks for workers who lose their income as a result of the COVID-19 crisis. So who can get it? CERB is available to workers, so this is citizens, permanent residents, and newcomers who are residing in Canada and are at least 15 years old, who have stopped working because of reasons related to COVID-19. So this can be people who have lost their job, who are sick, quarantined, or taking care of someone who is sick with COVID-19, as well as working parents who must stay home without pay for children who are sick at home or at home because of school and daycare closures. Or people who are eligible for EI regular sickness benefits, or those who have exhausted their employment insurance regular sickness benefits or EI fishing benefits between December 29, 2019 and October 3rd, 2020. So, in order to be eligible, you must have earned at least $5,000 either in 2019 or in the last 12 months prior to your application. Earnings can be a job, self-employment, or employment insurance. So you need to have been off of work for at least 14 days in a row because of COVID. If you quit your job voluntarily, you are not eligible for CERB. So this is a really important point. A lot of people in our community have been asking, whether they were to leave their jobs because they feel that they aren't comfortable continuing to go into work because of the COVID crisis. It is really important for you to know that if you do leave your job voluntarily, you are not eligible for this emergency funding. So it's a really important thing to keep in mind. You cannot apply if you are receiving EI benefits at the same time. So when you're submitting your first claim for CERB, you cannot have earned more than $1,000 in employment and or self-employment income for 14 or more consecutive days within the 4-week benefit period of your claim. And when you're submitting subsequent claims, you cannot have earned more than $1,000 in employment and or self-employment income for the entire 4-week benefit period or of your new claim. Additionally, workers who are still employed but are not receiving income or have earned $1,000 or less during an eligibility period because of disruptions to the work related to COVID-19 would also qualify for CERB. So, how to apply? To deliver payments to Canadians in a fast and easy way, the CERB is being jointly delivered by Service Canada and the Canada Revenue Agency, or CRA. You can only apply through one of them, also important to know. So, to begin the process, you will go to a website which is linked in the resources that will be attached to this presentation. And basically, once you go onto that link, you will be asked just a couple of questions, and you will be directed to the best service option that fits your responses. So whether you apply through the CRA or Service Canada, that will be automatically determined based on your responses. So if you apply through CRA, you should get your payment in 3 business days if you are signed up for direct deposit. And if you haven't, you should get it in about 10 business days. The government is trying to get, the government knows that it's a really, really hard time for many folks. And so they're trying to get some emergency funding to people as soon as possible. I'm going to talk about the second scenario, and that is accessing EI. So if you have been working full-time for more than $23 per hour in this period leading up to the COVID crisis, you will likely receive more money from EI than from CERB. So you should apply for EI. This is an important note as well. So if you've been making less than $23 an hour, you're going to want to apply to CERB. If you've been making more than $23 an hour, you want to apply to EI. So there's a few distinctions. If you are under isolation or quarantine, you would apply to EI now as sick benefits. If you are laid off from work due to a shortage of work due to COVID, you will apply for EI through regular EI benefits under shortage of work. If you are laid off from work due to your place of business closing from COVID-19, you will apply under regular EI benefits and voluntary leave. Again, these distinctions are outlined in the resource that I am currently looking at and will provide to you after this presentation. So everything is there for you and all hyperlinked. So it'll be hopefully easy for you to navigate. So the third scenario, if you recently applied for EI but have not yet received EI, the government may automatically switch you to CERB. So do nothing for now. It will be done automatically for you. And I just want to note that due to the very large number of EI applications that the government of Canada received, particularly at the beginning of the crisis, those who have ceased work and are eligible for EI or not will receive the CERB so that they have the income support that they need. I also want to make note that there is a scam going around of people pretending to be the government and contacting people about the emergency response benefit. The government is not reaching out to people directly to do this, so it's important to know that that is a scam and just to protect yourself. Finally, on that, I just want to mention that if you are asked for an access code and you don't have one, it does take about a week for an access code to be mailed to you. To my knowledge, there's no workaround for this at the moment. So I'm just going to talk a little bit more in depth about EI sickness benefits and EI regular benefits. So under the new rules, Canadians who have been asked to self-isolate or quarantine can apply for EI without a medical certificate, as would normally be required with employment records. Workers who cannot apply because they are sick or quarantined can also file for EI benefits sickness benefits at a later date and have the claim backdated. I have provided the link to this application in the resource that I've put together, and I also have put the step-by-step guide to how you're going to go about completing that. So hopefully that'll be helpful for you if sickness benefits is the direction that you should be going in. I'm going to talk a little bit briefly about EI regular benefits. So to be entitled to receive EI regular benefits, you need to have lost your employment through no fault of your own. So for example, that's being laid off due to COVID-19 closures, which is the case for many people at the moment. How many hours of insurable employment do you need to qualify for regular benefits? It depends on your situation, and it also depends on the province that you live in. So for Ontario, it requires 700 hours in the eligibility period. But I've actually listed province by province those requirements. So again, as I said, all of that information is provided in the resource that I've put together and will be given to you following this presentation. There's also some helpful information if you are someone who was working in hospitality regarding tips and how that can impact the amount of income that you're looking at for your eligibility period. So a common question is, can I earn money while I'm getting EI? And the answer is, yes, you can work while getting EI, but half the amount you earn will be taken off your EI benefits. So this only applies to people who, have lost employment and then, perhaps circumstances change in the next several months and you find different employment. It's just important to know that that new income that you receive will be deducted from the benefits that you're receiving. I have included in the resource some phone numbers if you are needing to call the government to ask questions about this. I also provided some health information, some information on the GST rebate and the Ontario Trillium benefit, which was put together by members of Capital Rainbow Refuge. We've also included some information on rent and bills, taxes, all hopefully some helpful resources that was put together by our group and should be helpful for this community as well. I have also included some useful resources uh, on what to do with your time during this crisis, some helpful links, and basically, I hope that this resource will put you in the right direction. Uh, okay, so I'm going to take a look at some of these questions here. So, unfortunately, I'm not sure what, Eli, I'm just looking at your question. I'm not sure what you mean by getting your AI boosted. That may be something that you can find more information about through the links that I've provided on your EI. If you're already receiving EI, then you won't be eligible for the CERB, so that's important to know. Does anyone have any questions? So, as I said, all of what I've been talking about for the past several minutes will be documented in a an online resource that will be provided to you. And as I said, all the hyperlinks that you need to figure out where you need to go to apply are listed there. Um, so I hope that's really helpful. I just wanted to mention again that MAX Ottawa has kindly put together a helpful resource for you that's on their website, which is linked in these comments. And the Government of Canada website questions and answers is also quite detailed, and it should be a helpful resource for you. I have included my email in the resource. I am very happy to answer questions and any follow-up questions that people may have after viewing this, after reading the resource. I'm happy to answer questions and try to point you in the right direction if you're still struggling to figure out where you need to go. No problem. Very happy to help. So don't hesitate to reach out. It's a really difficult time for everyone. It's a really difficult time for vulnerable people, people in our community. And it's important for us all to stick together and try and support each other through this difficult time. So as I said, my name is Laura. I'm a member of Capital Rainbow Refuge. We resettle queer refugees in Ottawa, and we're very happy to be supporting our community during this time. I hope that what I have talked about today is helpful. I hope that the resource PDF that I've put together is helpful, and I hope that you will reach out if you need any more help from me. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer. I am not an expert on employment law or these emergency benefits, but I have tried my best to keep up to date. I did update my document as of this morning, the document I've been working on for the past month, so it is up to date, and I hope that it'll be a helpful resource for you. I hope that you all stay safe and take care of each other during this time. Thank you very much.